Hi there, welcome to Sunnyside Journals. I'm Catherine. Welcome to day 5 of my December dailies. Today, as a little bit of a change, as I explained, when did I explain it? Day 3. This is taking up way more time than I knew it would take up a lot of time. It's taking up even more time than I thought. Because think about it, it takes me about 30 minutes to do a page, which is fine because this is going to be a gift. But then it also takes me, a 30-minute video has to be uploaded, then it has to be edited, then it has to be uploaded again. And before I know it, a 30-minute video for one day has taken about 2 hours out of my day. And I'm not getting other things done, and I'm not getting to work on actual journals because I've just worked on one page. But I thought today, you know what, let's see. I'm going to stop and start a lot so that I don't waste time. You know what I mean? Like there's just little ins and outs of working on a piece of art that ends up taking up most of that precious 30 minutes. So, and I'm going to try my best to stop introducing that I'm going to stop the camera. Oh, jeepers. Anyhow, let me talk about today's 2 challenges that I'm giving myself. I'm hoping that my light will be fine. So my challenge from Barbara that I have accepted is add color using watercolor, color pencils, marker, etc. So that's my Barbara challenge. And then my story challenge for me is going to be Always a White Christmas. So I've chosen a few things to start with to do my collage, and I'm going to choose some lace. I want this page to have a nice white frilly border. So I think I'm going to go with this one. It's a little raggedy end piece that I have left. It's a little bit discolored, and I'm okay with that. I think that's the one I'm going to go with. Now I want to, for my color, and some artists would argue this, that white is not a color, but in this case, I'm the artist and I get to do as I want. And I'm going to use some gesso back here. At first I thought I would tint the gesso a bit. Hold on, I want some paper towel. But I think I've changed my mind, and I'm going to gesso it, and then I am going to go over it with some distress ink rather than tinting the gesso. If I tint the gesso, it will all, because I want it not quite diamond white. But on the other hand, I wouldn't mind if a little diamond white shows through. And if I tint the gesso, a little bit of diamond white is not going to show through. So we are going to find a brush. And then I just want to dry brush. I have my gesso in a little pan here because I buy my gesso by the huge big bucket. And I can't keep it up on my desk here. So I'm just sort of giving it some texture. So that some of the page shows through. Obviously, I gave myself way too much gesso that I'm going to need for this. That's all right. Like I said, I buy it by the bucket. So that's all right. I am having fun doing this. And I'm so far, I'm glad I'm doing it. No regrets. It's given me a chance to have a reason to happily go down memory lane. So, and who knows, maybe someday in the future, if YouTube still exists, maybe there will be great-grandchildren who actually can hear my voice talking about the experiences that I've written about in this Christmas book. So I'm just leaving some of the gesso thick. There. I do think that's probably enough. I might just go lightly and take it more to the edge here. And give it a bit more of a whiteness with just a dry brush, whatever's left on the brush. The gesso will give your paper also like a little bit of grittiness. So if you were going to write on it, your ink will grab a little better. And like I said, I plan on doing a little bit of distress ink. Yeah, that's fine. A lot of this is going to get covered up by my collaging. All right, now I don't use a heat gun or a hairdryer. So I am going to let this dry while I go wash out my brush and my pan. So while this continues to dry, I'm just going to put it aside. It's going to be a little warpy. That's okay. The whole book's going to be a little warpy. So I've picked these pages out of an old Ideals. What year is it? 1968. Well, isn't that appropriate? Because I'm looking at that child there. It's probably how old I would have been in 1968. I've actually liked this image for quite a while. So I want to include this image. Now I need to figure out how I'm going to incorporate telling my story. And I think it's going to have to be with a tuck spot, and that this image is going to have to be the journaling card that goes into a tuck spot. Yes, I think that's it. Now, I don't want it does not need to be too thick. I think I can adhere this to just paper. It doesn't need to necessarily be on cardstock. All right, so I had a little pause there. Still waiting on this. It's almost dry, so that's good. I took a moment to put these two pages just onto, let me flip this over, just onto paper, not cardstock. I just need to be able to write on the back, and I just needed this to be a little bit firmer. So, let's move you out of the way for now. I want a fresh edge here. Okay. I'm going to give myself fresh edges everywhere, just so that I know ahead of time that I've got straight angles, because this is the side that I actually used an X-Acto blade to just cut it right out of the magazine. There we go, that's better. And then one edge is a little bit, I didn't quite plop it down evenly, so I want to take that off. I'll actually flip that over, that way I know I've got it right. There we go. All right, so that just helps me know where to start with this. I think I'm going to tear. I feel like tearing. So now let's hope this works, because I've glued two, I got gesso on me. I've glued two sheets together. So now I have to remember what way I want to tear. I want to put this tree down here like a tuck spot, but then I want this edge torn. So I think I actually want to cut that. Going to bring it down. I want the top of the tree. To sort of stick up a bit. There. Okay, now I'm happy. Sometimes if you can't grab the paper, sometimes tweezers will give you a better grip over tiny tear spots where you want to get in closer, but your fingers just don't work in there. Especially this is thicker now, right? I've doubled it. There. I like that better. All right, let's move these out of the way, because I still think I'm going to use this tree and this tree. Now I want inking, of course. Whoop, there's my hubby. That was the sweetie pie calling for his mid-morning break. still a little damp. That's going to go there like that. I might as well get these other ones ready while I still wait for this to dry. It's so big and bulky. I gotta break this down. So I'm gonna take that up there. There we go. And yeah, I might want those words for something else. So I am going to try and go around that. But I need to have room to be able to tear, because as you've seen, sometimes it's hard to grip. And if you don't have enough room to grip, it can be challenging. There we go. One. You know what? I think I want that. All right. Now, there's writing on here because it was, there was a picture on the other side of the page, so it actually says picture opposite Newbury, Massachusetts. But that's not what I want. So I may just find a way to just layer something on top. It'll give it a bit of dimension, and it'll camouflage that there was writing under there. So what I can do is that. And then this side's going to have lace. So that's all right. Let's ink. Shall we? So we're going through a drive-through Christmas this weekend at a pioneer village in a little town where we used to live. And we're very excited about it. It's something that they're putting on that is COVID safe, because you just remain in your car and you drive through, and there's people who are the characters of this little town. And apparently, you know, they'll be bustling here and there in town, and it'll like apparently be like being in a movie set, but you're safely in your car with your windows up, and you're in the warmth of your car, and the comfort of your car. So we're very much looking forward to that. Our whole family is doing it on my husband's side. Usually we have a great big wonderful Irish ceilidh at Christmas, which of course we cannot do this year. So this is our way of still wishing each other a Merry Christmas from a safe distance, so that we can be together next year. There we go. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I will put you down first, like that. I will put the camouflage so that we don't know about Newbury, Massachusetts. Oh, I also forgot. I want to put this down. I want to put down a lace doily so it looks kind of snowy. So that would go first. This would go next. This would go next. This would go here. You know what? I don't think it needs that. I'll leave that off for now. I don't think it needs that. I'm liking what it's doing already. Oh, maybe that little tree will work. Just put it right there, layer it there, and put that there. And then I can make a tag with the little girl and it will slip in there. All right, I want to ink this. But just here and there. I just want to catch some of the texture. So it's not totally pure white everywhere. That's not going to get seen. I'm hoping maybe this gives the illusion of the tree trunks going up in the air like here in this. Now, I still want inking around the edge of this. So it's going to get inked. So you're going there. You're going there. Now, hold on. I'm going to take this little tree down lower, so it's going to stick out a little bit, and I'm okay with that. Now, I actually want this to come over a bit because the lace is quite big. Not sold on that lace anymore. And then this is actually going to be the pocket. So it looks like a little forest. What else can I use here? Hold on. All right, I think I've got this figured out now how I want it. So I think I want it mostly like this, and then the little tag is going to tuck in there. I went through my lace again because this lace just wasn't doing it for me. So, although I still keep coming back to putting some doily there. No, 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 no. I'm going to sew this on first because I want to layer these over the top. So I am going to go over to my machine and do that. All right, so I've got the lace sewn on. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Got the lace sewn on. I've already glued this one down. I'm going to glue this one down. I just want Fabri-Tac on the side where it's going to be adhered to the lace. The rest of it can have art glitter glue, which is my preferred glue for paper to paper. Fabri-Tac would be fine for the whole thing, and Fabri-Tac's good in a way because it's less likely to, this is already kind of curly, but I'm going to put a brick under it, or under it, over it, for the rest of the day. So it will decrumple eventually. That lace has been in a drawer, crumpled up. That's all right. So again, a little bit of Fabri-Tac along the side that's going to be over the lace, and then art glitter glue on the rest is fine. Especially with this little torn edge, I really like it to lay down because I'm going to be putting a tag in and out and in and out if it's going to be red. There we go. So I've left the threads for now long, and then I can decide later if I want them off. There we go. Now this is going to go here, but just along these two sides. So let's clean you up, Fabri-Tac. Close you. I put that little camouflage part over so that you don't see where it said Massachusetts. There we go. I think it's time to add some acetone to my Fabri-Tac. Now, let's give this a good, generous, I'm going to give it a good at least 1/4 inch of glue. It doesn't need a whole lot of space to be able to successfully hold the tag, and I want it to feel well supported. All right. I'm going to take it close to the edge, but not quite. So you can see how it overlaps here. I like that. This is quite, it's almost monochromatic, which is, in the winter, woods really are, except for evergreen trees. You know, there's just white and brown, the brown trunks, the white snow. Now, to make a tag. And I'm running out of time, so hold on. Okay, so page, I believe, is ready. I made a little tag out of the little girl with the presents in a basket, and she will go in there. Now I just want to put some lace sticking out the top. So best way for me is eyelet. No, because this is thin. So sometimes an eyelet, if it's not cardstock that you're going through, it will be kind of wobbly after you've clamped it down. So we will do this another way. I'm just going to give that a little bit of a dovetail there. Then I think perhaps I'll tie it. All right, we're going to try something different. Hold on, because I'm running out of time. I've got like 1.5 minutes. Okay, now I'm happy. I put in one of those long holes and just tied it in a simple little knot. And then I also put a word snippet on it that says Deep Snow. So that can go in there. And this is going to be my page where I write about how where we live here is still in the same area as where I grew up, not the same place. We always had a white Christmas. There was snow everywhere on Christmas, and now the weather's changing, and we don't have that anymore. So thanks for joining me today. I hope it wasn't too broken up with the stopping and starting. Hopefully I was able to keep it going smoothly. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll talk soon. Bye.